Well, good morning, everyone, or no one, because I do know my channel. This is one of my three channels, and this one has like 3 or 4 subscribers, and a few other people come in, usually trolls, but I mostly do this for myself, and anybody else sees it and feels like learning something about CF, or if you have CF, and I don't know, if you're my type of person, hang around. But sometimes I do this just to get stuff off my chest. Once again, I do a little bit of background. Yeah, I'm a little dirty from working on my dad's truck today, but I do a little background on myself every vlog. Um, I am 45 years old and I have cystic fibrosis. My lung function is hovering right around 30 to 35%. Lately, closer to 30. Been having some issues. I just crossed a milestone for me last year, or yesterday, sorry. 2 days ago now, sorry, it's 423. As of April 21st, I passed 1 year. That qualifies as the day I got out of the hospital year before. So I've been out just over a year, which is the longest I've been outpatient in over 6 years. I was in every 2 to 3 months, like clockwork, even with all the antibiotics in between, because just I couldn't maintain my job and work performance and with my gym time and my therapies and everything else. I was finally not able to keep up with my age. Um, I do describe myself in a lot of these vlogs as a militant CFer. I rail against a lot of CF people. I'm not very popular in a lot of CF crowds. Um, you'll see why here in a little bit. If you can see the title of this vlog, it's not pretty, and it's not going to be very friendly towards a major amount of cystic fibrosis people, and even people with other illnesses, possibly. But I do incessantly do my own therapies. I do my own chest PT. One of my vlogs here has my upper therapy. I've been meaning to do my lower on cam, but I just haven't felt like doing it lately because, one, I haven't felt real good, and two, just after talking to other CFers, I don't want to deal with any of you assholes anymore. I mean, my God. You know, I'm sorry for some of you, but some of you little pricks that are young, wham. Um, I've been dealing with it now for decades and decades and decades. So when you're 18 and, bite my ass, wait another 15, 20 years and we'll argue. But no, but I do my own chest PTs. While I've been feeling bad here, yeah, they got me on the last ditch antibiotics get me out, and I'm on the Casein this month. I'm just finishing that up. I do my own PT, upside down, right side up, whatever it takes. Because, I'm sorry, folks, the vest doesn't work. All major medical studies out there show the good old manual PT outdoes the chest vest every time. In fact, many countries, the vest isn't even covered on national health care because it doesn't work. In many countries, only in America is it real popular because we're lazy. You'd rather sit and read your texts than actually do manual PT and work. That's us. That's Americans. You talk to people in other countries, a lot of them are really shocked that many people use the vest here. But that said, I do exercise incessantly at the gym, or you have a treadmill. I use a percussor, not those little air-powered crap heads ones they use in the hospital. I have ElectroFlow 5000. It is a very strong electric percussor. Also noisy enough to wake people in 4 counties. Along with everything with CF. Every treatment for CF is noisy. Gotta run your nebulizers, gotta run this. Blah, 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 blah. The only electric nebulizer I've ever found that work is the one for the Casein. I've tried 2 of those new age electric nebulizers and got very sick both times. Found some studies showing they do not do it as good with the medication. That's why I always had medication left in the cups. Good old air powered still works best. I keep books on how long I do my therapies, how much I get out, even the colors, even how much blood. I have years and years of logs for my therapies and times and my workouts. I have workout vlogs and O2 levels, you name it. So I'm that type of person. You call me OCD. Actually, I'm not, except for two things. I don't let anybody fold my laundry but me or do my laundry but me. And my CF, I'm pretty, well, it's kind of life and death, so a little twitchy there. I touched on just a second ago. What this vlog is about is a lot of you hate-filled sons of bitches out there. You can't go on a CF page, a CF site, without a bunch of you jackasses just lambasting anyone who has this message of hope, or talks about how good they've done, or hey, they've got a way to help you live longer, or ways that are better to do it. You know, I'm not talking about you God people, because I'm going to go off on a little side tangent here, because you God people can shove God up your asses. I'm kind of an agnostic atheist, how shall I say. I'm not purely there is no God. I believe if there was a God, God did the Big Bang, then has been standing back since watching, and probably crying with his face in his hands. At least if he's looking at us very much. Because once again, to you God people, I'm sorry, we aren't the only ones here. I don't give a rat's ass what the Bible says. Just the math of the universe makes us the only ones here impossible. And a hell of a waste of space. And so hopefully if he's there, he's watching others. But I don't know. Science hasn't 100% proven there is or isn't. But don't tell me your Bible has. Book rewritten 20 different times by man. Your current one is called the King James Version. King. A king had it rewritten to match what he felt from what the Catholic Church told him at the time. Think about that. Catholics, the church that, executed scientists for 1,000+ years. They would be 1,000 years advanced possibly now if it wasn't for them. So, yeah. But I digress. You coming on to a CF site and touting your God, I am alive today because of the grace of God. Bullshit. Your God gave you this illness. I heard one of the dumbest effing things, and this is actually from my talk radio host in my area. Don't you believe God put you on the planet to test you, to make you worthy of heaven, to test us all out, to test their strength? Wow, that's a pretty crappy God. So it seems to pick and choose. There are many people born genetically perfect, as in, not just healthy, but flippin' gorgeous and insanely smart. They're born also into money, and they're very happy people their whole lives. They're not tested in any way. They never have an illness, no sadness ever in the family. Nobody gets beat. Nobody gets sick. Nobody gets hurt. Nothing. They're born happy, live perfectly happy, die, go to your heaven, supposedly. Yet then God's going to have a kid born into a family where it gets molested, and it also has a major illness, lives its life in abject pain and poverty, and goes to the same heaven. What's with the testing of certain people? That's kind of cruel. That's very cruel. So, going on to a site about the health problems, your mouth off about your God, okay, fine. To me, you're fair game. And I'm not being, it's not hypocrisy. I'm sorry, I have to go with a friend of mine. Just the word faith means you don't know if there's a God or not. Whenever you say, you gotta have faith, my faith is strong, and you gotta have faith in the Creator. The word faith is thrown around. Faith means a belief in something in the face of evidence or lacking of evidence. Or facts, put it nicely, facts be damned. Which you have none. And they'll go, oh, we got the Bible. It doesn't prove anything. I can point to all those Star Wars books right and go, see, there I got it. Hell, how about Star Trek? Star Trek's got technical manuals for stuff. Whole language books. A lot more proof to Star Trek than there is Jesus. And I can prove it a little more than Jesus, because Star Trek takes place in the future. So I can say, hey, I can't dig anything up because it hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, keep your God to yourselves. If you want to come on, say something simple, but don't come on and God gave me this. God gave me another great PFT. God gave you the shit lungs. Deal with it. I mean, good God, I am tired of you idiots. Everything good. You know, when your team wins, everybody's praising God for the win. When you lose, nobody's going, well, yeah, God just didn't want us to win that day. God liked the other team better. No. You can't have it both ways. God's either the Almighty or he's not there. Because if he's playing piecemeal little games right now, with all the illness and crap going on in the world, well, your God's he sucks. So that one, keep your mouth shut. When you can prove God to me, hey, I'm fine. Until then, shut up and don't tell me how to live. Don't make rules for me and laws based on your God. Fix all your religious wars first. But now to go to the hypocrites. The hypocrites in not just this cystic fibrosis, I think I say my own illness, but many other chronic illnesses. Once again, I think I get a leg to stand on because I've been around. I've been in the hospitals. I've been in appointments and been around other CFers and yada. I've been doing this for, well, over 30 plus years. Seen enough of you, met enough of you, seen enough of you on the internet. Wahoo. Oh yeah, I was there on those CF pages when they were formed. When the internet was the dial up. We were lucky to have a hard drive, the whole drive, memory drive of our computer didn't have as much memory as our RAM does now in my phone. So I've been around a little bit of you. I am tired of, besides the God people, anybody that busts their nut or shows any glimmer or goes on and just touts, hey, look, I had a great PFT today. Woo, still kicking ass at blah, blah age at blah, blah percent. And here comes the avalanche of assholes. Well, F you, F this, you're just lucky enough to be born with it mild. I'm going to stop you right there. How in the name of bat's ass do you know they're born with it mild? How do you know maybe they're just not doing something you're not? And I don't think before I know you're going, oh, you just think you're all that. No, I don't. And do I have CF really mild? No, I don't. Do I have it really bad? No. Years ago, they were going through a testing of a rating system. I don't even know if they still use it. They rated me on a scale of 1 to 10, is what they were doing. They rated me about a 7 to 7.5. Maybe they said an 8. So that leaves a lot of bad, sick people above me. Also leaves a lot of you a lot healthier below me. So, but you guys jump all over and, oh, you're just lucky to be born with it not as bad. Bullshit. That's not true. I've been around enough CF people now to know, I'm sorry, just because you have CF don't make you any different or any better most of the time than normal people. You're just as goddamned lazy as them. You make just as many flippant excuses. Just as many excuses not to do your physical therapy. Even when you're in the hospital, a lot of you won't go. And not because you don't feel good. Because you don't go. You don't want to. I've seen people with transplants. Who've had transplants. Who absolutely refuse to do the physical therapies. I said, one guy was arrogant enough. We're at another CFR friend's party. It was this wedding reception. This dickhead comes up to me. This is after I was coming out of a good, rough hospital stay, still feeling kind of crappy. He comes up to me. He had a transplant not too long ago, about 6 months before this. And he kind of looked crappy then. He admitted he would skip meds here and there. He was supposed to do a certain exercise routine, but I just won't do it. I don't like working out, so I don't care. Well, great, thanks for wasting the lungs. That just proves right there, this guy got lungs and he wouldn't do what he's supposed to do. Wouldn't exercise even then. I have been around enough for you to know that you're just as lazy and not willing to work out as people without an illness. But then you'll turn around and throw your anger out there, and you got an excuse. They'll use, oh, I don't have time, I have work. You'll go, well, I just have it worse than you. Or, I have it worse. You know how many times I've been chewed by people who made the dipshit assumption, especially lately? Well, my lungs are only at 49%, so your lungs are a lot better. Hey, jackass, I'm at 30. Blow me. And most of these people that are telling other people, and I haven't, not just me, I've seen a bunch of people lately on some of the CF pages who have been jumped. Then come to find out, if you start reading comments, you find out the real lung functions. The people being jackasses usually have higher lung function than the people that originally were just touting how happy they were. Seems like the lower lung function people a lot of times aren't the troublemakers, and they actually do have low function. It's you jackasses up there. And you're jumping somebody. I've seen people come on there who tout a great, amazing workout routine. And it doesn't happen all the time. There's a couple CF pages who congratulate them, talk them up, call them heroes, say that's great for what they do. Even if they don't do it themselves, they don't beat on them and cuss them and call them names, say they just don't have CF bad. And I know we're a whole range. But once again, seen lots of you. At my current care center, I've been going there for 33 years. In that 33 years, there's a field house, a college field house. It's a college town. This college field house, full of exercise equipment, was free to patients until about 10, 12 years ago. Maybe, yeah, about right there. This college field house, you're allowed to sign out and go over there as a patient and use it then for free until about 10, 12 years ago, something like that. Do you know how far a place is? I'm not shitting here. You walk downstairs, you go down the elevators, get out of the elevator, walk out a glass door, and the son of a bitch is about 70 feet, if that, from the hospital. Right there. Jogging tracks, basketball courts, badminton, racquetball, weightlifting, cardio, you name it, it's there. You got it. In all the years it was free to us patients, do you know how many CFers I knew out of that care center ever went over there? And yes, I know that I'm a small snapshot when I go. But after 30 years, you get to kind of make a bit of an average out. 2. I've only seen 2 other CF people over there ever. And at least one of them never went again. They did it once. The other one, he did it a good couple times. Then he moved out of town. From what I heard, he still does it at his current care center. But that's it. 2. And now in the last, let's say, 10 years, since they charged, yeah, you got to buy a month membership if you're going to be there 2 weeks or so. Way to go, guys, as I'm giving enough money. A little greedy. Pumped in how many? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Actually, it's over that. We all know hospital stays. If we had to pay for them ourselves, they're anywhere from 60 to 90,000 bucks a stay. I'll put millions in there. But since I started going, I've even tried donating my membership, and I've finally talked to a few people that got it okayed to do that. I've left weeks of membership left, and nobody used them. The physical therapists at my all the rehab people, respiratory therapists, everybody else have had a hell of a time getting anybody to use them. And I admit there are CFers that make me look like a slug. And I'm not saying they have CF less than me. I'm not saying these are level 2ers that barely have it. They get to live 45 years of their life dead normal before they start having any effects at all. No, I'm talking levels, 8ers, 9ers, stuff like that. There are people that bust their ass. And not all of you want to jump on somebody. How about you listen to what they say once? When somebody's touting a workout, answer back with what you do. I want to hear what you do before you start going, you just have it less than I do. I don't believe you. Because when you get nasty like that, usually that's defensive. It's like when somebody catches you in a lie, and how do you come back on it? You bite on their ass. because that is how we defend ourselves when we're caught in something. So that kind of shows me how many of you are lazy shits. When that many attack somebody, wow. I've seen some hard-working people on there who do amazing things. Not all the time and not all the pages. But there's a lot of them where a lot of you people just jump all over them. It's making up for your anger, for your own laziness. You don't want anybody, you don't want to see it. And you don't want anybody around you, any of your loved ones to see that, hey, look at this CFer's doing. Why aren't you doing that, Bob? You know, whatever. If there's a Bob here, sorry. Just an example. So you attack. That defensive crap. Instead of trying to learn on what these people have done to stay alive longer, or if not longer, at least better. Better able to do stuff. Even at my 30%. And I also have a decently heavy portion of the digestive. Not as bad as some of you who had multiple surgeries, huge blockages, and stuff like that. But I have it decently tough. Excruciating pains, excruciating gas often, decently high enzyme counts, you name it. Mine at the reflux, all the fun giddy magoo. But if you notice, my weight is actually pretty good. I am 5'7.5" and about 164 pounds right now. Once again, even with my deficiencies, certain nutrition, certain exercises. But see, you say that on a CF site, woo boy, here they come. Here come the people, like dead people I know with CF, who've called me stupid for working out, and I knew some of those people when they're doing that rating system. They were rated at like a 4 or 5. I was rated a 7 or so. They're dead. I'm alive. You know what the difference was? These are the people that called me stupid for going to the field house next door and working out. And then after that, I'd come back and do rehab downstairs with everybody in the lab on the treadmill or the elliptical. I was almost the only one to go down there in workout clothes. And when I left, I was drenched in sweat. I was one of the few, not the only one, ran into a couple others. One guy, man, he put me to shame. I was one of the few that would leave there drenched and who the rehab people would have to kind of slow me down at times. So I'd get my heart rate a little too high and my O2 a little too low. And not because of my lungs, because I was pushing what I had too hard. Which I still do. Let me tell you, 30%, the ellipticals do suck a lot more. Kind of more of a treadmill boy now, whether my knees like it or not. But these people are people that called me names who did not have CF as bad as I did. I know some people have CF worse than me. They bust their ass. I know another guy who's in the gym. Heavily. Does everything possible. He's sliding faster than I am. And he's younger. But he won't go near the CF people and you jackasses either. Because good God, you mention anything and here you come. Defending your own little laziness. So he doesn't even talk to any of you anymore. He's jumped out of the whole CF community. He's at the point where he could give a rat's ass if he ever meets another CFer. He is 24 years old. He's at 45%, I think it is now. But he even knows that without all what he's done, the exercise, he also, by the way, learned from me and does his own PT. Own physical therapy. You're your own best health machine. You should at least get to beat on the lungs if they're gonna mess with you. But he does it himself. He's the one that taught me the inversion for doing my night therapy. It's like, well, it makes sense as we do Trellenberg, whatever it is, in the hospital on the beds, tilted. I used to have a tilted thing when I was a kid my dad made. Hey, inversion table, great idea. He's still a little younger, his joints a little better than mine. He doesn't win, doesn't even come near the upper. He's one of the last people in. Still runs a couple runs in his area, a couple of 5Ks, I think, in his area. Well, he doesn't call it run anymore because it's kind of a weak trot. Yet if he mentions that, oh boy, here they come. Here y'all lazy asses come. You just automatically assume the person who's kicking ass and in there touting something has it easier than you. No, maybe they just got off their ass. But you can't admit that. I've seen platitudes on there. The poor guy who got attacked the other day. I saw a cute little platitude where some jackass was just making up for all you poor people who just have it so much worse. He's like, we all fight our hardest in our own ways. Really? Really? So 9 hours of Facebook a day and, never going near a gym or a real workout when you're not inpatient? When you're at 60, 70% lung function or even 50? Really? You're doing it as hard as somebody who's working out 5, 6, 7 days a week? They're still kind of running runs, who's lifting weights. You're doing your busting. You're in your own way. You're working as hard against your CF, right? Okay, got it. No, you're not. Blow my own little horn this time. I was in racquetball tournaments at 50%. Still beating people that had full lungs. I got yelled at a couple times. Some little jerks said I was breathing too loud and they couldn't hear their partners call ball. Well, deal with it. Then I've heard oh, yeah. So, no, you're not all working as hard. Yeah, in retrospect, just go back over that again. You're not all working as hard. I'm not working as hard as some. But most of you aren't working as hard as I am. And I get to say that now after all these decades. I'm sorry, the more decades you've got in this, the more people you get to see, the more BS you get blown up your ass, the more you get to talk. Another one is I've heard people, well, I just don't like how people look at me, or I just feel people are looking at me at the gym if I start coughing or something. Really? So, let me see here. Only in America do we worry more about what people think of us or how we appear, even if they don't notice or care if we cough. It's just your perception. You might be embarrassed or feel a little like, oh my God, people look at me. That's a bigger worry than staying alive. Then screw yourself and die. Yeah, I know. I could hear it from that one. But if your real feelings getting hurt is a bigger threat to you than actual crap killing you, screw yourself and die. My Lord. If your feelings getting hurt is going to stop you from keeping yourself alive, yeah, we don't need you around. I don't have a lot of time for anybody who does not have a strong self-preservation reflex. And I hate when people tell you, I will say this, I don't care what illness it is. I don't like the people with illnesses, except when people go, oh, you're so brave, and that's great, and wow, you're a brave person for fighting, and stuff, and what is my stream doing? That doesn't make any sense. My stream says it's good. I don't know what it's doing. Nobody up. My stream should be perfect, and it did something stupid. Derailed me, too. But no. Vanity should not overrule your own life. I mean, wow. That's pretty freaking lame. Other people that are in the hospital. You're in the hospital sitting on your ass. When I get unhooked, the short periods I get unhooked, usually I'm hooked up a lot. But they know to give me a little window so I can go to the field house. When I'm unhooked, I'm doing something. A lot of times I go to work out. Then right after the workout, I time it. So I go right from there, back to 60, 70 feet from the gym, right down to the rehab lab. and jump on a treadmill there for 30 or 40 minutes. You can augment what the medications do for you. Said most of you are sitting on your ass getting video game systems or seeing how much TV and video and internet you can do. I know CFers with more lungs than I do that actually waste the nurse's time and have nurses do their hair. Really? You have the nurse washing your hair for you? Helping you shower when you're more than capable? Who throw their little snot hawkers in their little Kleenexes all over and miss garbage cans or don't even care to try. Nurses picking up. Really? It's a hospital, not a hotel. Nothing like, though, going back, nothing like people who don't get off their ass calling you names, saying you're crazy for doing what you're doing, you're stupid, and then you get to watch them get buried. I personally know it's either 10 or 11 people have had, no, 9 or 10 people have had transplants. Let's say 9. Let's go with a lower number. Out of those 9, 4 are alive. Transplant isn't everything. So many are rushing for the transplant, saying it's going to fix everything. No, it's not. Transplants are still a roll of the dice. If you go to a care center with a great rating, it's still a roll of the dice. Rushing towards that, we'll trade one problem for another. And I hate to tell you this, one of the CFers I know who got a transplant died because he thought, oh, I don't have to worry about who I'm around anymore. And he got sick often because he just didn't care anymore. He just, when you have CF, you got to watch out for sick people. And he didn't care. He didn't think he had to anymore. Well, killed him. All but one of the 5 transplant people I know that died because they still wouldn't do what they're supposed to do. Or they did it first and stopped it. Another guy, he just, rejection got him. He did everything you're supposed to do. And we talked about it a lot. He was too young to die that way. Of course, I think I'm too young to come close to dying that way. But the other 4 started out real good. Suddenly, one of them, too, is the greatest thing. He's one of the ones that had CF by the old system, less than I did. Made fun of me for years. Every time I saw him in the hospital, he'd make fun of me for years. Carrying my racquetball bag to the field house, my weightlifting stuff to the field house, going over there to work out. Made fun of me, call me names. Then he's getting a transplant. He's walking around with an oxygenator on, waiting for his transplant. He's still giving me crap. Wow. I'm going to go with low oxygen level makes us stupid. He gets a transplant. And then suddenly, out of the blue, he's doing everything I did for years. Even more, he's doing Tough Mudders and all the road races, and he's weightlifting, he's doing all this stuff, and he sees me and actually makes fun of me because I'm not as buff as him. Well, yeah, you got new lungs, buddy. I'm at 44%. You are now at, what, 94%? And you're also like half my age? Yeah, Scooby. But then, just after a year, doing great, he went back to his old habits. It wasn't formed as a habit before the transplant. So he did it for the first year because you got that new lease on life feel. That new lung smell and feel going on. He stopped. From then on, he went back to his old ways, not, almost, and crashed, burned, and died. And the others, kind of the same thing. There's a lot of talk on that page. I can't wait till I get transplanted. Be careful with that thought. From now on, though, I got an idea. Before you start hating on somebody who comes on and says something about, hey, I got suggestions on how to help you live better or longer, find out what it is first. And hey, guess what? If it is an exercise routine or something, and you're not doing one, and I mean a real one, and if you're getting angry at me right now, it means you know your routine isn't a real one. If you do want it all, you do the bare minimum a lot of times. Jesus. If it makes you angry, if they have a good workout and it makes you angry they're doing good or something, don't comment, just move on. Live in your own little hate-filled bubble. I don't enjoy having CF. I don't enjoy having everything slowly taken away from me over the decades. And I'll tell you what, the CFer that works out hard feels it more than you do. The CFers that work out hard get to see every rep less they can do in weights, every pound less they can do in the weights, every 100th or 10th less they can do in distance on the treadmill, or a little less incline, lower speed, fewer numbers of steps on the stair climber, etc. We see it in numbers as well as feel it. We can chart our decline heavily. Those of you sitting down that aren't pushing everything you got, you don't even feel it. You do not feel it as much. If you're not pushing what you got to 100%, you're never hitting that ceiling, then you don't feel the ceiling closing in on you until it's right on top of you. We are pushing against the ceiling. Yeah, including me, as I do. I'm pushing against that ceiling. I'm getting mushed every step of the way. But my ceiling's coming down slower than yours. So are a lot of other CFers, and with all ranges of CF. From a 1 to a 10. For each level, those that exercise vigorously and regularly live better longer. So, I'm going to try to get back on here and do these, but boy, I had to get this off my chest first. So many are hate-filled little pricks. After all these decades of seeing, let's say there's 15 in the care center at the time. Out of those 15 down on the treadmills downstairs or in rehab, separate in the zones where they can be together or not together. Out of those 15, maybe 4 go downstairs or 5. On a good one group, maybe 6. Ooh. You won't even go down to do what you can do. So don't sit there and throw out platitudes like, you just don't have it as bad as I do. How do you know? Every time somebody goes after me, starts listing, if they get ballsy and stupid enough to list their level, if they're truthful, caught one person lying. They forgot. I go to their care center. Yeah. They were the one talking out loud to somebody in front of me about what their level was. Oops, stupid. How about keep your hate to yourself? The CF pages, they may not be support pages, maybe community pages or whatever, but they also don't say, come here and just friggin' hate everybody because you're a bitter little prick for having a disease. I don't much enjoy it. You know what? I'd love to still have my friggin' 25 plus year career. I had a job where I was making god danged good money. Well, many would call, for my career, the pinnacle of your career. You got a good job, making good money at a place that was great to work. But no, CF. But you don't see me lambasting on everybody else, except those of you who are stupid and lazy. Just because you have CF, don't mean you're any less lazy or any different than the average populace. You're not. And if you think I'm wrong, prove me wrong. I mean, maybe I know some care centers are better than others. I've talked to people who say that man, everybody in their care center works out. There's a few that require it. That they will actually not keep you as a patient if you don't follow their exercise routines. Too bad more don't do that. Because I'm telling you right now, exercise does help. Lifting weights does help. Look up what it does for your bone structure. There's certain reactions your body has doing certain things. You know, somebody's gone through a pretty rough month or so, busting his butt to stay out of the hospital, up all hours doing extra therapies, and still I'm not going lambasting everybody on there is doing better than me. I see somebody doing better than me. I see that as somebody to look up to. I see that as, man, I wish I could do that. And guess what? If they have CF lower than me, you know, if they're 35 and have, or 45 and have 92% of their lungs left, yeah, they got lower than me. You don't see me cussing them. God, they're going, I'm 45 of CF. I got 90% lung capacity. I'm out running marathons. I'm like, well, good for you, man. You're going to keep that a lot longer, and you're probably going to live a damn long time. I don't automatically crap on him and go, you just don't have it as bad as I do. Well, good God, why would I want him to have it as bad as I do? Bunch of snowflake CFers. Jesus. Yeah, I know it's meandered. And I know probably nobody will ever watch it. That's another thing. CFers don't watch a lot of this. CFers, like a lot of other people in the world, don't like truth. They just want to, you know, the world revolves around their own little illness. Ugh. That's why I'm glad my parents didn't push me to hang out with CF people. I found very few of us that are worth hanging out with. Just like regular people. No different. The only difference is we just happen to have bad lungs. Didn't make us any better or worse. We're not braver, smarter, cuter, faster, whatever. We're just seem to be a little more hateful. Use as an excuse. Most people don't have an excuse to hate as much as we do. But Cystic Fibrosis People Purple Eater. And if you didn't enjoy my vlog, I don't care. Because it wasn't meant to be enjoyable for you. It was meant to be truthful and honest. But if you like it, hey, subscribe, leave me some comments. If you didn't like it, leave me some comments. I don't care.